Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and this is me reacting to your unpopular movie opinions. Or shall we just say, your bad movie opinions. In all seriousness, this is just for some fun. It's all jokes, all in lighthearted fun, so I hope nobody takes this more seriously than it's ever intended. But I asked you all to submit some of your unpopular movie opinions on Facebook, Instagram, as well as Twitter, and I got a ton of replies. I don't know if it's because y'all have been stuck in home for too freaking long or what, but y'all out there, yeah, this was you. But since I received so many responses and I wanted to get to all of your opinions if I could, I decided to go ahead and split this into 2 parts. So this is the second part of the series. Make sure you head on over and check out part 1 if you already haven't seen it. But today I will be reacting to your responses over on Twitter because that is where I got the most responses. Just remember, these are meant to be unpopular, so I'll probably disagree with most all of your opinions. Let's just be honest. I'm a basic bitch, so it is what it is. Also, I'm reading your opinions off my phone, so that's that, because there are so many of them. So, let's go ahead and see what kind of crazy stuff y'all were talking about. Daniel Barrios says, these hoes don't appreciate Bennett Miller's cinematic contributions with the reverence they should. I generally agree. I think he's underrated. I'll give you that. I don't love all of his work, but I think he has a certain voice that is not really appreciated. So he says Cats is legitimately fun. Hudson, Hayward, Kellen, great, good songs, fun, pun-filled, production design, bizarre in a F it, why not way. I said it before, I'll say it again. This kicked the hell out of Rise of Skywalker. Bloop! No, Daniel, I'm sorry. I do think Hudson was great. I do think McKellen was actually quite good as well. The songs, I mean, some of them are okay. I can understand people liking this for a completely what the hell did I just watch madness type of hate viewing fun. But Daniel, you have got to let Cats go, man. Gotta let it go. He also says Saving Private Ryan is a bore after the D-Day sequence. Oof. Oof, Daniel, you're breaking my heart. One of my favorite war films. However, war films don't really do it for me, so there's that too. Tyler Calvert says Power Rangers was awesome and everyone let it down. And then Tyler decided he was going to troll and said Onward is one of Pixar's worst films. What you think, Ian? The disrespect. Y'all. These people on Twitter have no respect. I planned to do a Pixar ranking after Soul came out. I don't know where I would put Onward. Probably mid-tier Pixar. Not one of their worst, but I know the kind of hate you have in your heart. So, no, Tyler. We're not going to agree with that. And Dwayne, co-signing that, control yourself. Get it together. Speaking of Dwayne, he says Far From Home has the worst Spider-Man visual effects. He coming for Far From Home's throat, y'all. And really, he be coming for the MCU's visual effects, period. I can't fully disagree, really. There are some really dodgy special effects, but I think a lot of the stuff that has to do with Mysterio looks great. The VFX spider suit is a mess. I'm gonna go right there with you. I'm with you on that. But there are some really cool inventive stuff that's not great. I can't really disagree. Sorry, Spidey fans. Then we have Brian O'Toole saying Interstellar is a far superior film to Dunkirk. I don't agree. I agree with you that Dunkirk is a bit overrated. However, Interstellar just doesn't do it for me. That third act kills Interstellar for me. Like, any momentum I thought it had going just chopped at the head. But, so for that, I do think Dunkirk is better, and I enjoyed watching it more. Besides Lupita Nyong'o, Us is overrated. I actually don't know how unpopular that is anymore, to be honest. I feel like a lot of people have a middling opinion on Us. I think it's fantastic, though. So, yeah. Dwayne also chimed in with Us is not that great after rewatch. I don't agree. That Thor is awesome. This is a no for me. I'm sorry. I appreciate some of the ideas behind like Lebowski Thor and depression and overcoming that and personal growth, but the fat jokes galore. The joke they made of Thor in Endgame is one of my biggest problems with it still. I don't get the praise for Dr. Sleep. I found the film to be too long and nothing but set up in a third act that is full of fan service with villains that are boring. Rebecca Ferguson is shook, y'all. Shook. I love Dr. Sleep. I think it's great build-up. Ewan McGregor's fantastic, and Rebecca Ferguson absolutely kills it, Ryan. Rogue One is better than Return of the Jedi. I agree. And then Samwise is Middle-earth's true hero, more than Frodo. I agree. I mean, Frodo would have been dead. Let's just all be very clear. If Samwise was not there, Frodo would have blown it, and all of Middle-earth would have been done for. Hannah, aka Tongue Daddy. Y'all, she named herself this, y'all. I cannot make this stuff up. She gave herself that name. And when you find out why, it's all even worse. Worse than you could have predicted. Anyway, she says Rogue One is the best Star Wars movie. And she said this with her full chest, y'all. She said it. Girl, I know you're 10 years old. I know you're just a baby. But this ain't it. I like Rogue One quite a bit. I loved it when I first saw it, for sure. But this ain't it. She also thought it'd be cute to troll me. Mind you, somebody who named their own self Tongue Daddy thought they were going to come and troll me. And said Wonder Woman, bad movie. Y'all with this disrespect, hatred for my girl, Wonder Woman. It will not be tolerated any longer. It is everything. It is wonderful. She is amazing. And y'all just can't deal. I said what I said. I'm going to be jumping back and forth with people because they be popping up like crazy on here. Some people be jumping in. They don't even make a thread of their own comments. They just be commenting like crazy. Speaking of which, here we go with Dwayne. Popping back in to say the witch is horrid. Taste has left the chat, y'all. As soon as Dwayne walks in the door, Taste takes a walk out the other. Samuel One World says Rami Malek's performance in Bohemian Rhapsody is pretty overrated, overpraised. Another Rami denouncer. I'm not going to disagree. He certainly should not have won Best Actor. That's for sure. Sammy also says It Comes at Night is pretty bad and pretty boring. I know a lot of y'all just can't hang when it comes to these slow burn A24 horrors, but y'all just gonna have to live with it. You know, It Comes at Night is great, okay? Shep Talk says one of the best franchises out there, knows what it is and embraces it. Speaking on Fast and the Furious, Shep Talk, I kind of agree. Saying one of the best franchises out there, we're taking a little bit far there. Taking a little bit far. But I do agree, it's a lot of fun. I'm entertained. I like the Fast and Furious movies. It knows what it is, has fun with it. Just don't quite push it, okay? Woo. Ryan O'Toole popped his head back in with this. WALL-E and Ratatouille are Pixar's most overrated films. This ain't it, man. This ain't it. Movie Emporium says, I didn't like Parasite, but I loved Ang Lee's Hulk. Who hurt you? Who hurt you, sir? No, I don't hate Ang Lee's Hulk. Love is quite the strong word there. And Parasite is a gem. It is what it is. I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules. Danny Z happens to agree with Ryan O'Toole. Dr. Sleep is boring, forgettable, and overpraised as heck. I'd say it lives up to its title because I almost fell asleep several times watching it. Well, bonus point for creativity in your description, but I take the point back because this is an L. This is a no for me, I'm sorry. Michael Rich says Roma was the vile piece of garbage. Aiden says Arctic Dogs is worse than both Norm of the North and the Emoji Movie. Oh my. I don't agree, Jaden, I'm sorry. I think I would pick Arctic Dogs over both Norm of the North and the Emoji Movie. It is what it is. Joshua Drake says Brie Larson is a great Captain Marvel. Agreed. Agreed. After is the worst romance movie ever. Agreed. So, there you go. Jared Buckendahl says, Widow and Cold Pursuit were two of the worst movies of recent years. Jared. Now, if we had said overrated, maybe I could understand. But you straight up said worst. You said worst, Jared. I know you've seen bad movies. Don't play with me. Don't play. EA Cougar says The Fault in Our Stars is one of the worst romance films. I don't quite agree. Maybe a bit overrated, but I definitely don't put it in the worst pile. And then Spider-Man 2 is the most overrated superhero film of all time. Well, I addressed Spider-Man 2 earlier. I think it's pretty great still, so... Cinnamon Roll says slasher movies are boring and predictable. Oh, I love slasher movies. Riley Rayburn says I love, listen, all caps, love Super Mario Brothers. We all have those bad movies that we love, right? Those just horrific, terrible, just treacherous movies that we love. Listen, that childhood nostalgia is strong. I don't know about that strong, but it's strong. It's strong. Kenneth popped back in with Aquaman is boring and tedious. I sure know Rachel Reviews agrees with you. John Foley says, I don't care for Good Will Hunting. I quite like Good Will Hunting overall. It's a little bit overrated, maybe. I'll agree on that. The Big Lebowski. Another one that I think is a bit overrated as well, but it certainly has its place. Inglourious Basterds. I love my favorite Tarantino movie, so I don't agree with that. Game Night. Definitely agree with that. People hype that up way too much. And I hate Kingsman: The Golden Circle. Yeah, I didn't like it either. As for movies I do like, The Lost World, Jurassic Park, I think it's underrated. Maybe that's my own childhood nostalgia talking, but I'll say it's underrated. First Man, I liked it. I really like The Accountant, and I don't hate Glass. So I did not like The Accountant. Personally, I thought it was kind of a mess narratively, but I also don't hate Glass. So there you go. Joey's Movie Blog says, I don't understand why the Raimi Spider-Man trilogy is called the Holy Trilogy. Probably that has a lot to do with how it helped to resurrect the comic book film genre, but yeah. Objective Cinema says the original Fantastic Four movies were really good. I don't know if I'd say really good. Arkanize says the Master's plot is incredibly boring. Oh, I guess I could see that. I think it's well executed though. Paul Alcantar says the Jurassic World films are boring. I don't know about boring. I wouldn't say they're boring. Child's Play 2019 is better than the original Child's Play. That's a hard no for me. Sorry, sir. The first two Raimi Spider-Man films are better than Homecoming and Far From Home. I agree. Rocketman was better than Bohemian Rhapsody. I don't actually think that's an unpopular opinion. I think we all collectively can agree on that one. For the Oscars, which, throw it in the trash. Just stop. It Chapter 2 was good. It was alright. Aladdin 2019 was pretty good. I agree. Ricky Valero says Gravity is not a good movie. No, I don't agree with that. I'm sorry. I think it's pretty good. Patrick Preston says Kick-Ass is horrible. Well, the second one, I think the first one's pretty fun. Aquaman is garbage. I thought it was fun. Jared Leto is a poor actor. I think he's good when he's placed into the right role. He's kind of a proof that method acting is not all what these people hype it up to be, y'all. Silence of the Lambs is overrated. That's a no for me. Signs is not a bad movie. I agree. I don't think it's bad. I think it definitely has problems, but it also has a lot of really good stuff in it too. I don't care for Jurassic Park. Patrick, did somebody not buy you a dinosaur toy when you were young, Patrick? What was your childhood? Fantastic Beasts is a train wreck. Oof. I would maybe agree with Crimes of Grindelwald more than the first one, but Solo is the worst Disney Star Wars movie. I don't know how unpopular that opinion is either. I think it's The Rise of Skywalker personally, but I can certainly understand that stance. Mio says Joker was lame as hell. What a waste of a movie day. So I have a lot of problems with Joker as well. Overall, I think it's right, but yeah. Just makes me laugh. Nick Canino says, Good Boys is one of the worst movies that Seth Rogen has produced. I didn't like Good Boys, so I'll go with it. I'm right there with you, Nick. Mike McGee says, David Lynch's Dune is underappreciated for what it is. I agree, Mike. I do think it's underappreciated and a little bit unfairly maligned. Movie Chair says, Avengers Endgame created too many plot holes in the MCU. I would tend to agree with this. I think it's just a problem with time travel in general. It's really hard to execute. I think they did all right with it. The way they ended off left a lot of wait a minute but moments. So A&M Reviews says Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is the best Spider-Man movie ever. I might agree. Definitely top 2 for me. Definitely top 2. Please watch this movie says Empire Strikes Back cannot be enjoyed by an adult watching it for the first time. I have no idea because I watched it when I was young. So I wouldn't tend to agree in my head with that sort of sentiment, but I can't answer definitively. Bulbs Reviews, it says the Grand Budapest Hotel is drab and extremely overrated. Well, it's my favorite Wes Anderson film, so can't relate on that one. Sorry. Mason Wong says, I couldn't get past the first 30 minutes of Chicago. Maybe it was because I was distracted by seeing a young Obi-Wan singing. Are you thinking Moulin Rouge, Mason Wong? You went in Chicago, but he is in Moulin Rouge singing. Either way, I'm sorry. I like them both. So whichever you're talking about, I enjoy them both. Snobist 302 has a lot, many of which I've already covered, so I'm going to try to just pick out ones I haven't talked about. Faith Screenplay, written by Colin Trevorrow and Jack Thorne, is bad and overrated. Also, J.J. Abrams is more talented than Colin Trevorrow. Definitely agree, J.J. Abrams is overall better than Colin Trevorrow as a director. The screenplay, I think, had a lot of interesting ideas. It's just about whether Trevorrow would have been able to execute. Spider-Man 3 and The Amazing Spider-Man 1 are both good. I agree, The Amazing Spider-Man 1 is good. I quite enjoy it, actually. Spider-Man 3 is my least favorite Spider-Man film, so. Russo Brothers are overrated. Also, James Gunn is better than Russo Brothers, and Guardians of the Galaxy is better than Avengers and Captain America movies. Unpacking all of this, I do think to an extent the Russo brothers are a bit overrated, especially looking kind of at the direction style. It'll be interesting to see them working outside of the MCU to see what their style truly is. As for James Gunn, I just think he has a little bit more of an actual voice, so I can understand that. And I prefer the Avengers movies to Guardians of the Galaxy. The Captain America movies, I prefer Civil War to Guardians, but when it comes to the other two, First Avenger is way lower, and then Winter Soldier and Guardians are close, in my opinion. And then finally, A New Hope is the best Star Wars movie. I'm cool with that opinion. Empire Strikes Back is my personal fave, but that's just me. So that's it. That is all of the unpopular opinions submitted by you from this video on Twitter, as well as Instagram and Facebook over on part 1. Make sure you check that out if you have not yet. Thank you everybody who participated and submitted your unpopular movie opinions to be included on this video. I hope you all enjoy these videos. If you do, hit that like button down below and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on my latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. What did y'all think of those unpopular opinions submitted here? Let me know civilly, in the comment section down below, or of course you can hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your continued support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!